What's going on? Million here with you. MILLIAN for Million Speaks. Vocal Care Maintenance Emporium. America's vocal longevity coach. That's me. Well, you want to ask about my latest speech that I had to give? I mentioned before, September 30th, my father passed away. And in lieu of doing a funeral service, which he wasn't crazy about, none of us are actually, we decided that we were going to have a family Sunday brunch here in Las Vegas and at a buffet, because that's kind of what we're known for out here in Vegas. And in doing so, there was champagne, mimosas specifically, and some of the best food that I've had at a buffet probably ever. These guys did a really wonderful job. But we had this situation where they put us in this back room area where we had the whole section to ourselves. And when we first got there, we opened the place at about 9 a.m. and it was going well and it was set up nice. And I'm like, okay, I have to speak today. I'm going to stand here, do my thing. And then what happened is as the day progressed on and the place started to get busy, they put on the TVs with all the football games. They had the PA system directly over our heads with the music blasting. With everybody there, they had rooms and rooms full of people, and it was loud. Now, in my coaching, when I teach people how to posture themselves, how to breathe and project, one of the things that I prepare you for is how you have to speak when you do not have a microphone and you have to project over a room. Now, the funny part was I was thinking to myself, okay, everything I teach my vocalists is something I now literally have to do as I get ready to eulogize my dad and do the toast with our champagne. So I was like, all right. So it was my older brother, my much older brother and I, and got up there and started kind of emceeing and hosting the event like I was planning to do. Presented him to the crowd, got him up there, and he basically cried the whole time. Couldn't really get through it. I was busting his chops about it, but he couldn't hold it together. And then I had to basically deliver the eulogy and the toast and finish this thing off. And I was pretty terrified because I was like, okay, I got a vocal cord condition. Yes, I know I teach this and this is what I show people to do. Now I got to practice what I preach here. So I did it. I got into my nice postural position, deep low breath, nice intercostal full breath. And I just started going and projecting. And I had to do my best to out volume all the ambient noise around me, which is something that very often happens when you're speaking without a microphone. I didn't really think to bring, I have like a portable mic and PA I could have brought, but I didn't really think to do that. It just, my mind was on other things, you might say. And I just tell you all that for a couple reasons, because that was the speech that I knew I one day would have to give, even though I didn't really want to. Even though it was the speech I never thought I'd have to give, it turns out I did. But we got through it, and we had a great day full of family fun, food, and it was just really a nice, pleasant event, and I really actually enjoyed it, so we did really well. But I tell you all that just to simply tell you that when I coach you on stuff, I practice what I preach. Right here on my table, I got my straws that I do, I got my laryngeal model I refer to, I got all my vocal paraphernalia here and in boxes. If you were to look around my studio and my office here, I'm like a little mad scientist. I got stuff everywhere. And I practice what I preach. So if I tell you to do vocal exercises, I do vocal exercises. If I tell you to do lip trills, I do lip trills. Tongue rolls, I do them. Yawn sighs, if I train you to do that, I do them myself. If I tell you to have postural low breath, diaphragmatic breathing, intercostals, load up and go, I do it myself. Practice what I preach. See, I'm not one of these coaches that just, do as I say, not as I do. I actually teach you the real thing that I actually do. Now, another thing that I coach on is that this is a very emotional event. Now, comparing and contrasting my much, much older brother, even though I'm the better looking one, he was very emotional. It really got a hold of him, and he had trouble getting through what he wanted to say, which, it's natural at that kind of event. So I'm just busting his chops a little bit. But in all seriousness, there's going to be times when you have to deliver speeches you may not want to. You may not have to use it, maybe a tragic event or something that is not pleasant. And as the speaker, you have to hold it together. There's different techniques and strategies you can use when emotion starts to get a hold of you, when stage fright starts to get a hold of you, when that anxiety or that performance anxiety starts trying to lock in. There's different techniques that you can do, breathing, positioning, stimulation of different like physiological mechanics in the body, breathing mechanics, different nerve things. There's actually a lot of physiology that goes into the voice, which is something I'm developing new courses for now for a couple different audiences. But we're getting into physiology of how the voice not only affects your performance, but actually how you conduct your emotions at the same time. So if you're an emotional person, which I can be an emotional person, my brother clearly, but if you're that person and you have to give speeches and it's hard to hold it together, come talk to me. Let me give you some techniques. Let me show you some things to do and set up a free assessment with me at millionspeaks.com. And then look for just the buttons everywhere for a free initial assessment. Just click it, or you're welcome to email me. Use the contact form at millionspeaks.com. Tell me what's going on, and I can advise you from there. So my latest speech, it was not paid. It was not a keynoter. It was not a really anything kind of pleasant, to be very honest with you, but we did it. We got through it. We got successfully done. And I was sweating bullets afterward trying to anticipate, how much is my voice going to hurt? Because even if you do all the mechanics right, you got to understand you're still human. You still have finite capabilities at some point. Your voice will run out eventually. We're just trying to give it as much longevity as we possibly can. But eventually it will catch up with you. I mean, that's just how the human body works. And I was worried, how much is my voice going to hurt? Because I got a vocal cord condition, so it's like triple the work for me to do what you can probably do without any issue at all. But didn't have any problems. Actually was able to keep my voice, talk with everybody the rest of the day. I ate like a stormtrooper. Not that kind of stormtrooper. But I ate like I was going off to war, man. Like I had a tick, like a tapeworm. And it was that's another thing. Don't eat before you speak. Very, very bad combination of things. Make sure you're fasting a little before your speech. And then when your speech is over, eat as much as you want. So just a little sidebar there for you just to keep in mind. So if you're dealing with any of those things, a little bit of stagecraft stuff, a little bit of performance anxiety, stage fright, anything like that, come talk to me, millionspeaks.com, and I will set you right as rain, my friend. All right? Catch me, like, follow, subscribe, ring the bell, do all that stuff. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you follow me on whatever platform you're seeing this. And most importantly, just message me. Tell me what's going on. I'd love to hear from you. All right, guys, Million out. See you soon.
Million Speaks is the #1 source for vocal care, instruction, and coaching. Visit millionspeaks.com for more info.